flaunting, and you can see the way that has opened up. But what's not doing well from the frontliners is clearly the IT packs. The Infosys, TCS continue to weigh on the markets and weigh heavy. It's only ITC which continues to be fighting a battle which looks to be losing for that. But other than that, there's pharma, metals, all these are continuing to weigh on the market. Hi Rima, good afternoon.
Hi Tamara, good afternoon, and good afternoon to all our viewers as well. But after dipping to that 8437 mark, the Nifty, at least in the last 15 minutes, is trying to find support at that 8450 mark, but still looking extremely bleak. It's down close to about 1%. Joining us on Your Stocks today, we have Hemant Rustagi and Kunal Bothra to answer all your stock as well as personal finance queries. Thanks, gentlemen, for joining us on this very special day. Our first query is from Priya Gupta. She calls us from New Delhi with an investment in Lanco Industries. Hi. Hi, Priya.
Hello.
Hi, Priya. We can hear you.
Yeah,
hello.
I have 250 shares of Lanco Industries at the rate rupees 48. I want to know the future of the company and still I am hold or not.
How long are you willing to hold on to this?
6 months.
6 months? Okay.
Yes.
Kunal, she's gotten into Lanco Industries at a good price. Buy price is 48. Currently it's at 71. Should she hold on to this stock for the next 6 months, and what will be an appropriate exit point for her?
I think if the horizon can be extended a bit further, I think if probably the horizon gets extended to say 1.5 to 2 years, I think that is where I think the investor stands to gain a good chance of getting a real potential on the upside, because I think looking at the pattern for the next 6 months, there could be a chance that you may see a correction happening. So I think the ideal strategy for the investor which I would recommend is to try and book out your profits over here, wait for an entry point which is below 60 odd. I think there could be a chance that in the next couple of months there could be a correction happening, because it's been a straight one-way performance for Lanco Industries and you've not seen a correction or consolidation happening over the last 1 year. So I think the probability is much more higher of a correction. Again, as I said, the ideal strategy is to book out profits over here, wait for a correction where you could re-enter, and then extend your time horizon to 1 year or more.
Alright, that's the advice for Priya. Priya, I hope you were listening to that carefully. We have another caller on the line with us. This time around, Deepthi Prabhu calls in from Bangalore, and I think she wants to talk about her investments in Hero Motor. Hi, Deepthi.
Hi.
Hi, what's your question?
First of all, my heartily congratulations to all CNBC team on celebrating 15 years.
Deepthi, thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching with us and staying with us, and we hope that we continue to provide you with the kind of advice that you're looking for. Thanks so much.
Thank you. My query is, I bought Hero Motors 3350 call at 14 rupees premium. 3350. It's a December contract.
Okay.
Can I hold it or...
Alright. Kunal, she's brought the 3350 call for December series at a premium of 40 rupees. So what's the advice for her now? What can she do?
I think it's already at if I'm not wrong, around 11.5 rupee. For the option to really go into the money, the stock has to cross, for the investor to make money, the stock has to cross 3400, which I think for the month of December seems to be a bit difficult. I think my suggestion here would be to try and have a stop loss very close to 6.5 or 7 rupees on the option. I think the worry part would be the time value, because I think that decay, even if Hero Motor stays over here or these levels for the next 1 week also, I think there could be a chance that the time value may erode the option price. But I think that's the advice which I would give. Have a stop loss of 7 and probably look to exit around 15 or 16 odd rupees.
That's the view on Hero Motor Corp. Our next query is for Hemant. Sheila has called us from Mumbai with her question. Hi, Sheila.
Yeah, hi. My question is that I currently have shares in Snowman Logistics. I have 100 shares, and the average price at which I've bought it is approximately 110 rupees.
Okay. And
I don't need the money currently, so I can leave it in for a long time. So what should I do? Should I invest more? Because right now, below.
Okay, well, that's not the query that we're putting up. Sheila's got a question on Snowman Logistics. So let's pull up that stock as well. Snowman Logistics, Sheila's bought it at a price of 110, so making a bit of a loss. Kunal, by any chance, would you track Snowman Logistics, and your thoughts?
Well, I don't track that often because the stock has a very limited history. It's recently listed only, so very difficult to predict such stocks, from a medium to long-term basis as well. But I think looking at the immediate reaction, I think the investor price is around 110, and I think the stock is around 7 or 8 rupees down from the purchase price. I think from a very short-term view, what I would recommend is I think you can hold on to it. There seems to be a good enough support from a short-term basis of around 100. So I think till the time the stock does not break 100 support, there could be a chance that you may see a buy price once again 110, and I think that is where you can take a decision whether you want to square off your position or not. But I think from a very short term basis, 100 is the stop loss which I would recommend on Snowman.
Alright, Sheila, I hope that answers your query. We need to take a quick break on that note. We'll come back in a bit. And remember, viewers, if you need all this advice, you can always log on to youtube.com/CNBC TV 18. Our experts, Kunal and Hemant, continue to remain with us. When we come back, we'll focus on some more stock and personal finance.
Welcome back. A quick check on the European markets before we proceed. They've opened up marginally in the red. So after the big gains that they saw towards the end of last week, Europe has opened up with minor cuts, and currently you've got the FTSE, which is down close to about 0.5%. So that should be up for you on your screen, and the Euro too should be up on the screen. The Euro has slid to 1.226. So the weakness in Euro continues, and that also is at a 28-month low, in fact, against the dollar. So keep watching the Euro dollar as well. Some statements from the Welspun Group where they will be investing 1,200 crore into the textiles business in the next 1 year. Our next query is from Prayag Mahajan. He writes to us from Amritsar. Hi, Prayag. Prayag? Okay, let's read out his query. He wants to know where he should invest with a longer term time horizon for best returns. So these are the only details that we have, Hemant. What would your recommendations be?
Well, considering the fact that he wants to invest for long term, the focus should be on investing in an asset class like equity that has the potential to provide real rate of return, which is post-tax return minus inflation. But while investing in equity, is also equally important to choose the right investment vehicle and also the right strategy. I think mutual fund can be an ideal vehicle for all those investors who are not well versed with how to choose the right stock and when to enter, when to exit, because the full-time professional manage your money. And SIP is indeed a great strategy because it allows you to invest a fixed amount every month. When you invest for a longer period, you benefit from averaging and also you benefit from compounding. So I think a few funds that I would recommend for a long-term time horizon would be HDFC Equity Fund and Reliance Equity Opportunity Fund and Birla Frontline Equity Fund. Since we are talking about investing only in equity for the long term, I think to ensure that there is a right balance in the portfolio, my recommendation would be that any investment which is made with a short-term horizon should be made primarily in the debt-oriented fund, so that there is a clear balance between risk and reward in the portfolio.
All right. That's the advice coming in for you, Prayag. I hope you were listening, that you need to invest. If you want to invest for the longer term, you should probably be betting on equities. Like Hemant has mentioned, you could look at some equity diverse-oriented balanced funds. Up next, we have another caller on the line with us. Rajesh Sachdev calls in from Ghaziabad. Hi, Rajesh.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon. What's your question?
Actual, मेरा questions दो हैं. अगर reply पूरा आ जाए तो.
बताइए.
Basically, one of the SpiceJet.
ठीक है.
I bought a 2,000 share around 20.50 paisa.
Okay.
So that's the share, and the rest of the DLF. Actually, when the DLF was down around 100, all the news channels were saying कि इसको upgrade पे बेच देना चाहिए जैसी bounce आता है. तो bounce करते करते now it has come 160. What should we do?
Okay. Kunal, let me post both the questions to you. His first question is on SpiceJet, where he's making a bit of a loss. He's bought it at levels of about 20 half. The second is on DLF, which I guess his buy price is about 100. So on both the stocks, what's your advice?
I think for SpiceJet, the longer term chart pattern still suggests that it's going through a tough time. It's still a downtrend for the stock. Even after the recent rally, from 15 odd to 21 and a half, the stock has come back to those buy price. And I think more than the comeback, or the fall, it's the viciousness of the fall, Sumera, which is concerning for the the investors who try and anticipate a bottom over here. So I think it's much more safer and much more prudent for these stocks to try and break out. For SpiceJet, I think the breakout level is very close to 22. So I think till the time the stock does not break 22 or 22 and a half for at least for a couple of weeks, I think the longer term picture would still remain to be negative for SpiceJet. Coming to DLF, I think since the investor has bought at an interesting purchase price of 100, and I think the stock is already up 50-60 rupees. In the stock, looking at the overall trend for DLF, I think it still seems to be in some sort of a negative downtrend. So I think it's trading below the 200 moving average as well, which I think is a sign of worry. And I think at this point, where Nifty is in a bit of a mixed zone or a trading zone, where there seems to be some amount of profit taking happening, I would not be surprised if DLF also witnesses some sort of a profit taking over the next couple of days. So I think my advice would be, if you're looking at it from a trading perspective, I think you should try and book out your profits on DLF.
Okay, that's the view on DLF as well as SpiceJet. Moving on, Jaswinder Saluja has called us from Pune. Got a question on Infosys. Hi, Jaswinder.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, hello.
I'm new into the share marketing, and I just wanted to invest in Infosys.
Okay.
Approx 30,000 for long term.
Okay.
So is this the right time to invest in Infosys after the share split?
Okay, Kunal, he's called it an appropriate time because the stock itself is down close to about 5%. Would that be an attractive entry point if he has a longer term time horizon in Infosys? Would you recommend it?
I think this is an attractive price for Infosys, but I think the concern could be that the fall today might get a little bit unnerving for the next couple of days, and there could be a chance that the stock may see a minor correction happening, because I think generally that's what the tendency happens for such large cap stocks when they witness a severe gap down and the gap does not get filled. So I think there seems to be some amount of follow through selling which may happen, but I think looking at it from a longer term perspective, I think this is a very good step where you can probably start buying the first tranche. I would still suggest that even if the stock corrects to say 1900 or below 1900, I think that could be the second entry point which you could look forward. But I think from a long term perspective, this seems to be one of the good stocks on the IT space which you should be betting on.
Alright, so a good bet at this point looks to be Infosys. Jaswinder, I hope that answers your query. We need to take another quick break. Back in a bit, we'll continue answering all your stock and personal finance queries with Kunal and Hemant. Stay with us. Hi, welcome back to your stocks. Markets accelerating their fall just a tad bit. So the Nifty is once again below that 8450 mark, and the Sensex is seeing a cut of nearly about 300 points. But let's get some of our callers in. Karan Gupta writes to us from New Delhi, and he says he wants to diversify his portfolio and wants to get in a bit of allocation to gold. He just wants to know whether this is the right time or not. Hemant, what's your advice for people who are now looking to buy gold to add to their portfolio? Is this the right time, or would you advise waiting for a bit?
Well, so one of my advice is that one has to be very clear about why one wants to invest in gold. If it's a part of asset allocation, and it's always advisable to invest in gold through systematically, especially when you're buying paper gold, buying gold ETF or gold savings fund. If it's a part of the asset allocation, then my recommendation is, because the gold prices are subdued and likely to remain subdued, and if the money has to be invested through SIP, I think one can start investing through SIPs, provided, like I said, the time horizon has to be slightly longer and one has to invest in a disciplined manner. But if it is purely from the point of view of trying to make some good return, I don't think then gold is the right asset class. But purely as an asset allocation play, and also if the objective is to accumulate gold, then definitely some investment can be made.
Okay, that's the advice coming through. We're running out of time. But let's quickly update you on the market. The Nifty once again has dipped below that 84.50 mark. It's a cut of over 1% on the frontline indices. We had seen similar weakness here in our back, but then we had managed to bounce back close to about 20-30 points to that 84.60 mark, but that doesn't seem to be holding right now. So incremental pressure coming through. Frontline indices are down close to about 1%, and it dragged down by IT names, Assessor Sterlite and M&M, and a couple of these commodity-related stocks. Thanks, Hemant as well as Kunal for joining in and answering all our viewer queries. And viewers, do remember to keep sending us your stock queries or personal finance queries by posting it on our Money Control message board. Stay with us. Closing bell is up next.